So, after defeating the Dancer to gain access to Lothar Castle, what you can do is you can go up the ladder and immediately take a left, and you'll find yourself here in the Consumed King's Garden. And this is a very, very short area. One of the shortest, if not the shortest, in the entire game. And reflecting that, there's only 4 rings. So if you take this elevator down, what you can do is you can just wrap around and immediately grab yourself the Wood Grain Ring +1. And you can take it back up. And about halfway through, there will be this little gap. And you can jump out onto this gap, and you can drop down onto here. Now, from here, there's a jump. And if you can make the jump, you can get yourself the Sage Ring +2. And you might want to be careful here. There are a lot of, well, I say a lot, but there's like 3 or 4 powerful enemies. But what I do is I go off to the right side and I run along. There's one right here, but you can run past him. If you go all the way back there, there's a Ring of Sacrifice, I believe. But we don't care for those. And what you can do is you can take this lift up. If you go all the way up, you can get a shortcut. Or you can turn around and jump out onto here. And you can grab yourself the Dragonscale Ring. And then there's an enemy here, along with 2 enemies. One that's right there, one that's right there. You drop down, kill him, and you'll get yourself the Magic Stoneplate Ring. And then after that, there's another area, and we'll do that next. So very quickly before going on to the next area, I heard something, like right when I got here, I heard something going on in the background, and I didn't want whatever that was to be too distracting, so I thought I'd just rush through that there to show where to get the ring, and here I'm going to explain how to get the ring. So there's an enemy here, you can kill them, and then there's 2 enemies, being 2 Cathedral Knights that have the ultra great swords. There's the one on the left, and then the one that's just like straight on. The one that's straight on is the one that has the ring. Now, there are 2 ways that I see of approaching this. Either if you want to just get through normally, or if you just want the ring, doesn't really matter. Is you can either hit the guy on the left with some kind of projectile and then fight him, and then that guy, and then that allows you to move through normally. If you purely want the ring, or if you want to get through normally but don't like fighting these guys or aren't confident in your ability to fight these guys, you can get a bow and you can shoot them, and they can't get up here, and they'll just stand down there. Now, they normally throw an attack or 2, and you have to wait for them to get done throwing their attack or 2, but then you can just shoot them again, and then back up, let them do their 1 to 2 attacks, and then just shoot them again until they die. That's why the one with the ring is normally over there, but when I came through here, he was right here, because that's what I had done prior to recording. So, yeah, on to the next area. After going through Consumed King's Garden and beating the boss there, Osiris, you can keep walking and go through. You'll eventually find an illusory wall, and you'll drop down here into the Untended graves, which may look a little familiar to keep walking by. But you just go forward and you take a left. There are a few of these guys, and you've seen them before. They're not too difficult. Take them out and you can get yourself the Ashen Estus Flask. And then you keep on going forward, and there are some more enemies. And most of them you can sneak by or simply ignore. At least if you're just going for the rings. Up here there's an NPC invader, but they're not too difficult. And by now, you should recognize this place. It's the tutorial area. And just like the tutorial, you get to fight Gundyr. Except this time he's a little beefed up. And he's a lot harder. But you beat him, and you can go and take his soul to get Prisoner's Chain. The second ring of the area. Then you can open the door and keep on going through. And from here there are a bunch of Black Knights. But not too many. There's like 5 or so. But once you get here, actually we can go in right away. And you can take a left or a right. I don't know my directions apparently. But you can take a right, you can go all the way up to the tower. And to the right of the tower you can get yourself the Ring of Steel Protection +1. And you can drop down. And there's a Black Knight here, and if you want to, because it's kind of funny, you can use a bow and shoot them. And they can't get up here and they won't go around. And with that you can get yourself the Hornet Ring. And then you can go back around, loop on through. You can drop down, turn around.
What?
Talk to the old lady, get yourself the Priestess Ring.
Best?
Or you can kill her. Either one works. And then finally, for the 6th and final ring of the area, you go to Prince Lothric's throne, and you can get yourself the Life Ring +3. The only +3 ring in the base game. So, yeah.